deep diving into these cases is like dancing with the devil. But when you dance with the devil doesn't change. He changes you.
Hey, Amy.
Hello, how are you?
Good. Mandy's getting herself set up, so she'll be here shortly. Justin's finishing up his show, so he'll be here shortly. We got hubby in the chat. He'll be joining us shortly because I'm at work, of course, so he'll help share screen when we need it.
All right.
Hi, everyone. Can you guys see chat? Wally? Tammy?
Yeah, I can see it. Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. My eyes are very bad today. Hi, Marley. Sherry, Mustang Mama. Hi, Christy. Emmett, Eve, Brown Eyed Girl, Ocean. Hi, P. Peggy Hancock. Wanda J. So tonight, you guys, we have creators panel, and I was going to gift my 10 free members. However, I turned off my members gifting and super chats tonight, so it didn't allow me to gift the members. So we'll do that this weekend. Tonight we have set up for a fundraising, which I would like to remind people, because I know already what they're going to do, but any creator that has, over 10,000 subs knows how this works. We'll go over it again. We as creators, when we set up, it's called giving. We turn our super chats off, and it allows us to pick a charity that YouTube/Google has partnered with. There's hundreds of them. You can go in there, you can type what kind of thing you're looking for, and it'll pop up what it has. And when you do that, like when you give creators super chats, YouTube will keep 35 to 40% of what we make on YouTube between super chats, ads, and all of that. When you guys make a donation, when we have the fundraiser set up, if you donate $5, the $5 goes to the charity we chose. YouTube and Google will not keep any portion of your donations when we hold these fundraisers. These fundraisers are handled directly from YouTube and Google. A creator never, ever, ever receives or even sees your payments. So I've had people call the companies that I have done fundraising before. This channel has raised, I think, almost $9,000 in the 4 years, 3 or 4 years that we've been able to have a monetized channel. So we've had people call the companies and say we're scamming or whatever. It's just not true. It never, ever gets handled by a creator. It does not go to our bank accounts. It does not go to our hands. Again, YouTube/Google pays the charity that we chose. And if you guys do not feel comfortable, in the description of this show, if you don't feel comfortable, I don't blame you, because there has been many scams of fundraising that's gone on in this community. However, those are the fundraisers that you don't see that are highlighted in green that are set up through YouTube. These are fundraisers that people have scammed, setting up on their own accord, if you will. But if you are still uncomfortable, the link is in the description at the very top of the description box, and you can go directly to the link. Tonight, we have chosen a rescue that takes in blind cats that don't find homes. Instead of them being euthanized, this sanctuary takes in blind cats, pays for their medical issues, and takes care of them and loves them until they pass away on their own. And Sebastian's favorite animal was cats. So I thought that was good. Mandy picked, I was going to pick an elephant one, but then I forgot. And I asked Mandy, because Mandy's done a lot to help a lot of creators start their platforms. So I wanted Mandy to pick a charity for this live stream that meant something to her as well. So that's what we are doing this evening. And again, all of your donations go directly to this foster home for blind cats.
That's great.
Nanas, did you want a link tonight?
That is awesome. I love that.
Nana, come up with us.
I'd never heard of such a thing, so we started looking, and then I found one that does rescues for black cats and all different kinds of cat ones. But you know, it's the beginning of the year still, so we have lots of time to do lots of fundraisers.
Yeah, that's awesome. Especially, talking about Sebastian, that's his favorite. So
Yeah.
good job.
Did Sebastian ever have a cat and then he was forced to get rid of it? Is that what happened?
Yes, he had 2 cats,
Oh,
and Chris and Katie were getting together, and he told her it's either the cats or me.
wow. So that's terrible.
Yeah.
Every pet that Sebastian had, Chris has gotten rid of.
Exactly.
Disgusting. Nana's welcome. I hope you're doing well. How are you feeling?
I'm tired, but I'm feeling fine.
Hello, beautiful.
I'm working hard right now, making all those flowers for all those Valentines.
Oh,
Oh,
fun.
yeah. Hi, missing PNW.
Love you, girls. So glad to be here.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for inviting me.
Hello,
We love
Mom.
you, Nana.
Yeah,
You
we
know
do.
You know that this boy is very close to my heart.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. So can I start? I'm curious. Let's start. Who's up here? Who's on? Lolly. Let's start with you.
Oh.
When Sebastian's case first came out, really quick, I'm at work, you guys, so if I have to mute for a minute, I might have to, but I wasn't going to reschedule again. So I would like to know what everyone thought day one. We get Sebastian's case, we find out he's missing. Lolly, when you watch the first, everyone kind of jumps right away to what their feelings are in their own hearts, right? So what did you think, Lolly, when you first came across Sebastian's case?
I just followed along for just a little bit. I didn't jump right over and start covering him, only because I thought, brand new. If he ran away, he's going to come back. He's going to get hungry. He's going to want, a warm bed, all those things. But after just a couple of days, I was like, where are his parents? We've heard from his dad only through people, but we had not heard from any of the parents. And instantly I thought to myself, oh my gosh, something's not right. That was my instant thing, because any parent who misses their child and wants them to be found is going to be screaming to the rooftops, and anyone that wants to listen, they're going to talk.
That's true.
That was not happening.
Have you seen that happen yet?
With his father, yes. His father is talking to anybody that will listen to him.
Right.
We're talking News Nation, Nancy Grace, all the big shows, plus all the YouTubers he has been on and talked to, and he's out boots on ground. And the mother and the stepfather place some yard signs here and there. So, speaks volumes for me.
Yeah. Hi, Holly. Hi, Patty. Missing says, sorry, I'm on my phone, so it's really tiny. So much misinformation was spread in the beginning. Yeah, absolutely. That's why I wanted to do this tonight. Strip it back down to the beginning. What has the law said? Like, let's not listen to what creators are putting out like tonight. Let's bring it back and kind of strip it down to, well, what the law or anyways is saying is factual. You know what I mean?
Right.
How about you, Tammy? What did you think when you first come around Sebastian's case?
Well, when he first went missing, I wanted to hear a little bit about like how he went missing and things like that. And then usually the parents are like they're right up there. They're doing interviews, you know, they're talking. Um, but it was just quiet, and then the interview started, and then you know all the other stuff started, and it was just the interviews is what made me go in the direction that I went in. And you don't want to go that direction, but it just everything was suspicious. It wasn't lining up, timelines wasn't right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, stories were changing. So it just made me suspicious.
For sure, lies were happening already too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First
I
time.
wasn't even listening to other creators. I was just listening just to the interviews.
Right.
I didn't make my decision from what other creators were talking about.
Yeah, the parents' very first interview, when I just sat back and listened to it, I was like, they have yet to actually speak out in case someone hears this.
Right.
You know, they're not saying, if you hear this and you happen to see him, please, please, you know, begging, go up to him, tell him your mom that his mom wants him, you know, his mom is looking, and nothing. They
Mm-mm.
had to be asked.
Yeah.
If you could say anything to Sebastian, what would you say?
Right. Why wasn't T Feller reporting on this case? Who's T Feller? Still a red flag to me. Who? That's a name I don't think I've heard.
Oh, that Tyler Feller. Yeah.
Oh,
And he happens to be a youth pastor at the church where Sebastian's family has gone. He had a YouTube channel. He covered Summer a lot, but
okay. I think I
not
might know
one
him.
word on Sebastian.
Oh, What kind of church is this? Here we go again.
Yeah, I don't remember what the name of it is, but gosh, I have it in written on all these notes I have here. I can find it and send it to you.
Okay, we can get there. Prairie Boy in the house.
Hello, hello, hello.
Howdy, howdy.
Hello, brother. How are you?
I'm good. How are you all doing?
Big Troop and Town Freedom and Truth. Old Kathy probably told him not to cover it. Oh, that
Yeah,
interesting.
Hmm.
Just listening tonight. Thank you, Wandering. Freedom Church. Thank you. I'll check into that.
that's it. Yes.
Noting from, or nothing from MA, no pleading. MA.
Ma.
Oh, nothing from no pleading, no begging for her son's return. She knows something. I agree. I
Yeah.
think she knows something, just like I think Candace knows something, but I'm not 100% that Candace knows everything. And it's because of that one call where Candace told Don, "You're fucked now. You're going to prison." Cher just did it. I didn't have to. And so that got me thinking, like, I just don't know. I go back and forth. And this case makes me go back and forth. How about you, Nanas? What was your first thoughts when you came into Sebastian's case? Because I know this one's very close to you, like Summer is for a lot of us. Summer is for you as well, but
Well, when it first came out, I was devastated that an autistic boy was missing. I listened to the news, and I was on a few channels before some of the other channels I'm on now. I watched Trevor Lee, and I don't know. At first, I didn't want to assume anything. I just wanted this boy to be found. And then it moved on, and I was devastated that all these people were in this house, and FBI wasn't there,
Yeah.
and everybody was trampling on all over everything, any kind of evidence that they could have found him. And to this day, I still tell you, I'm going to pursue that FBI comes into a case
Yes.
from the very beginning. when a child's missing, because you can't take it on, he just ran away. And I think that's where I really have a problem, is that it was brought that he ran away. I mean, I believed it at first, and then as things progressed, it was hard for me to put it in my head that this child had walked away when there's no evidence or anything that shows that he was outside that home.
I never really
Wait,
thought
can you guys hear me?
that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Wait, can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Nana's Dragonfly, such important things to do to get the FBI in a missing child's case. I mean, immediately, yeah, I know Seth was upset too, like, why were all these people just all of a sudden running around the house and the yard? I don't think that's really good, especially if you plan on bringing dogs in. I always thought it was weird in the John Benet Ramsey case that they decided to invite a bunch of friends over. It's like,
Oh, yeah.
why did you do that? What
That
about you, Prairie Boy? What did you think when you first heard of Sebastian's case? Well, I already know, but
Well, there were a couple of things that really stood out to me. Like originally that he wasn't seen outside of the house. He just seemed to have vanished from inside the house, and no one seemed to know what happened. That didn't sit right with me. Like I don't really know how to explain it, but it just felt like somebody was lying immediately. That's
Yeah.
all I could think of. Because they said that he may have ran away, and I'm like, there's no way that an autistic child would do that. And
well, they do though. But I don't think he would.
Well, they
well,
I think he'd
they
be
might
too
wander
afraid.
off, like get distracted, and like just kind of start walking and not realize where they're at, kind of thing. But like actual, like in the middle of the night, running away with no, like didn't pack
No
any
shoes.
clothes or
Yeah.
anything like that. That was weird. And the other thing that was weird to me, and I don't know why I found this weird, but I did, is the fact that anytime he was mentioned, it wasn't this young boy, it was this young autistic boy. Like they had to like
Very young.
emphasize
Young and
he was
mild.
autistic all the time, and it put a mental picture in my head that this was like an extremely like disabled boy. Like he would have problems communicating, and he would be behaving very odd if you saw him in public and stuff like that. So I thought, yeah, like that's more on me, I guess, but it's just the way they kept hammering it over and over again. It just seemed almost like they were trying to, I don't know, make it seem like he was more disabled than he actually was.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And the pictures they put out also were so young.
Yeah.
You probably wouldn't recognize him if you actually saw him.
I don't know why Tennessee keeps doing that shit. I really don't.
It's
Summer's
aggravating.
case, Sebastian's case, why are they not putting out what he looked like? She was taking pictures of him the night before he disappeared, 12 hours before he disappeared. Why weren't we showing one of those pictures?
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Yep.
So damn weird.
Did everybody up here right away think Chris and Katie are suspects? Did anyone ever question everyone, all of the adults that surrounded him, much like the Wells? Or for me, I went on Chris right away because of the mark on his arm was perfect to where he would do a headlock on someone and get bit.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I'll be right back. Can you guys keep talking?
Yeah. I think for me, at first, listening to them on their first interview, I kind of was reserved only because of the fact that there was no begging for him. There was no urgency in their whole conversation. There was no pleading, no begging, none of that. And I really expected that.
Yeah.
And I didn't get it. And I'm like, whoa, I just, red flags went up for me. I didn't want to instantly think mother and stepfather.
Mm-hmm.
But it's hard when they don't plead for their child.
Mm-hmm.
She would start to cry, but there was never tears that we saw.
Yeah.
And I don't hate on her for that. I just say, if she wanted her child found, she would not get to the point to where she was so emotional she couldn't speak. She would be begging even if she was too emotional. Does that make sense?
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's kind of where my thought process was at.
That would have been a basket case.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's not like they were, talking about someone stole their lawnmower.
Right.
Right.
And that's kind of the feeling you got, right?
Yeah. It was the exact same thing with the Wells. There's just no sense of urgency, no desperation to get their child back at all.
Yeah, none.
And I wouldn't like ever point out things that, like, they point out a lot of bad things like about Sebastian. They don't
Oh, yes.
they don't do a lot of like bragging on him. They do right opposite, and that bothered me a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they made fun of the way he ate, the way he danced, his goofy laugh and breathing in people's face when he ate. I saw none of that in the video of him at Texas Roadhouse.
Right.
None.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was very well mannered. And
It really was.
that blew my mind when I saw him, because that was not what I had in my head.
You wouldn't even think that he was autistic.
Right.
Just seeing that. Hi,
Exactly.
Justin. Hi, Mandy.
Hi. He walked like literally behind his mother. He waited till his mother sat down. He waited till she got up. Like,
Yeah.
He was very well mannered, perfect young man.
people, I've been told that they, in their opinion, they made Sebastian, they wanted him to be unrealistic, like expectations.
Right. Because we would have never ever guessed, if we would have saw him, the boy at Texas Roadhouse. Nobody would have ever guessed that was him. If they saw him.
No.
Exactly.
So, Mandy and Justin, I was asking everyone before you guys were up here, when they first found Sebastian's case, what their original thoughts were on it. As far as what you think happened and who did you think, like your original thoughts on who you think, or I guess, took him.
Mine hasn't changed since almost day one. A child does not, there is no, you can't leave the house. You can't leave the house because just because someone says he walked out the door and there's no proof that he walked out the door, you can't have that many cameras in the neighborhood. We see people in the backyard at 3 a.m. The lights across the Proudfoot's home, when the Proudfoots turn their lights on in that house, right? It kicks on the neighbor's Ring doorbell. So if Sebastian comes out of that door in that yard, like someone did with the trash can, it's going to pick it up. It picks up the lights being turned on and off.
Yeah. Yeah, you may not be able to see who it is, but you would see something's moving.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. There's nothing. There's nothing.
My cameras have a light on them. So, like when I leave my studio out here and I go back into my house, the camera that I have pointing this direction, the light on it, it automatically lights up when I pass it. It just shines this whole area over here. So, a lot of outside ones, that like ours that we have out, they have lights on them. So they automatically come on when somebody passes by them.
Mm.
I have
Well,
both.
I'm pretty sure they had cameras. He's a liar. Go ahead, Mandy.
I have both cameras. I have the ones that have the night vision, and I have ones that have the light on them too. So I can see both, and you can see pretty far. You can see pretty clearly, and even in the night vision one that doesn't have the light, I can see my neighbor if she walks out of her house, across the street. I've tested it, and I've tried to see when she takes her trash can out, if I can see her, and in the daylight or at night, or even when the sun is setting, it's hard for me to see her face and to make out who it is. Like, I can see her blonde hair, and I can see a silhouette until she gets closer to the end of the road, or closer to the end of her driveway by the road. Then I can kind of make it out more, because I was thinking, the neighbor across the street had the camera, and Seth said he couldn't tell for sure, for a fact, if it was Sebastian or not. So I've kind of been putting my cameras to the test.
Mandy made a great point. They always talk about how dark it is in that neighborhood and all that, which we know that the moon was illuminated 97.3% or something like that night. There was very few clouds in the sky. You can actually see the clouds in the videos, and whenever someone's wearing all black, it actually turns white. Mandy made that point, and that was a very good point that she made. When you're wearing all black with the night vision cameras, it shows up as white.
Well, that's interesting. You guys, I just was able to see, I don't know if I missed any. Anonymous donated $5. Thank you. And 7 Thru donated $5 to the Blind Spot Rescue Sanctuary. Thank you so much. I'm not sure if we are just at 10. I can't really see because I'm not on my YouTube end of it. So cameras make it look grayish. Okay.
Sharon,
It makes
I
it
think,
look like. I'm sorry,
ahead.
Hannah. It makes it look like a brighter, like a light gray, like almost white, but it's a bright color when it's a black. Like, if I walked out in my front yard right now, I have a black sweatshirt on, and if I turned my camera on and showed it to you guys, it would make my sweatshirt look like it's a very light gray, almost white.
Yep.
So it would
And
stand
this
out.
is
And
the
if he was
neighbor's
wearing,
camera?
yes.
Okay.
So if he was wearing all black, we would see it. It would be white. Or a very, very light gray. So.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, I have the same camera. Mine does the same.
Like, I may do that. I may walk out front real quick and take a snapshot of myself and send it to you, or share it with you guys so you can see what it looks like.
Yeah, that would be interesting to see. So that would be the neighbors, because I'm convinced. So I go back and forth on, do I feel like, again, I'm dead set on Chris. I know a lot of people think Katie's more involved. I think Katie definitely has guilty knowledge, but part of me, after hearing how Chris's, 4 ex-wives were treated, there's no difference in the treatment. I do get concerned for Katie. I do think that if Katie did something, Chris would turn on her in a freaking heartbeat, because that's the kind of person he is, and he wants wife number 6 or 7. I don't know. I think he would absolutely roll on her in a heartbeat. Just like I think Don would roll on Candace in a heartbeat, but they don't roll on each other because they both have something significantly big that'll lock them both up on each other, whatever that may be.
Right.
Agree.
Maybe.
I agree. Yeah.
With Chris and Katie, I think it's very, very possible in remembering the narcissistic baby daddy I have and how abusive he was when he had not even close to the amount of money Proudfoots have and what he was capable of doing to me and his kids. And that's scary shit right there.
What
Again,
if Katie has something you
on
could
Chris,
tell on Chris for?
I wondered that. I'm going to say the bite marks on Chris's arm in the headlock area is not a good look. Obviously he's done nothing but lie. That's not a good look. But if I'm thinking of how most of us think about the Wells, I kind of wonder if we aren't, I don't know, being fair or what, because I'm going to be honest. I'm somewhere in the middle right now between either all of the adults working together, because I'm going to say I don't love that Seth Rogers also has CPS cases on him as well. I don't like that. I'm not sure why Seth didn't get, and this is why I wanted to talk to everyone. Again, Chris, in my opinion, is number one suspect. But I do have questions for Katie and Seth as well. Why did Katie do that thing across her throat? I think that's one of the biggest and maybe one of the only answers we really need from her. Why did she do that across her throat? He was already what? When she's doing what we all know what that hand sign means.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So what the hell does she know? The bite marks, I'm not believing that's from a dog. How can we somehow, I'm sure maybe the law had to have taken pictures of his arms and sent them in to compare them with dog bites, right?
Yeah, we hope.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
a lot of that we assume law enforcement is doing this stuff,
Yeah.
but I mean, are they?
I don't know
It
because
seems like
Chris
Tennessee
seems
is
to be
pretty
buddies.
pretty awful when it comes to
Yeah,
solving missing children's cases.
and protecting the
Um,
men.
There
Sure.
was
Oh, go ahead.
one CPS case, I think, on Seth, and
It was closed, right? Is that true?
it was immediately closed.
And he's dismissed,
It
right?
didn't affect anything whatsoever.
Yeah.
And
and-
is it the Proudfoot, sorry, that made that case on Seth?
I don't know what it was.
Because I heard it was the school that did it.
I don't know what it was, to be
Okay.
honest with you.
Well, and if that was closed, so Chris had an open case when Sebastian went missing. Is that correct?
Yes.
Or multiple open cases, it now sounds like? At least
Yes.
one?
Yep.
Okay. All right, well, I feel better about that situation then. I just don't know. Part of me sometimes thinks, do you think it's at all possible that the men would be working together to...
No. Nope.
No?
Nope.
No.
They really
No.
hate each other like we see.
I would. I would.
You guys know them a lot better, right? So that's why I'm glad to have this conversation with you guys.
Not a
I
chance.
mean, I don't know them personally, but I have to disagree with you on that, Cher, and I'm sorry. But
No, that's okay. That's why we have these
I
conversations.
mean, yeah,
We
can
disagree on a
and
lot.
disagree.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's okay.
because you have to look at Seth's demeanor. He is wanting his child back. That's all he's wanting. He's wanting his mini me. And you hear it in his voice. Has he said some things that were nasty? Sure. But not quite as bad as someone that tells you how he disciplined a child, how to raise your child, because he's going to tell you how to discipline a child. And talk about Sebastian in such a disturbing way.
Exactly, Nana.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put it out here. It's just, this is the way that, I mean, It's my feeling. It's how I feel. It's my opinion. And I have thought it from day one. I have not changed my mind on things. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I just see so much coming toward the end. And it's not going to look good for some. I just have to say that.
Mm.
Um, Seth, he had to get attorneys to get the CPS. You know what I mean? Like he on his own child. He
Yeah, that
wasn't
was
even
really messed up.
notified.
I don't understand that. That's right, Justin. I don't know. I guess well, you know what? That's easy to do. The
What
whole.
I heard was that they told the people at CPS that his father was not involved in his life.
Bingo.
Yeah, but wouldn't CPS know that that's not true? Shouldn't they see court orders or not?
You would think so.
Well, no. The court, they didn't have anything. The court ordered between Katie and Seth is from California. Remember, Seth hadn't lived there long. They just kept the same order that they had in California. They came to this agreement, and that's why CPS didn't know. Remember, Seth lived in California for a while. He moved there for Sebastian. And, there, we know that there's at least 5 CPS reports in 14 months.
In that home.
14
Just that home.
months?
14 months, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not counting the 2 in New Mexico.
And
right, that's what Nina's kids were also not treated right by him.
Yeah.
Well, and I can just tell you, there are other CPS reports with Edgar and his family.
The whole family freaks me out. Allegedly, I will say allegedly.
That's a little bit of news I'll give you right there that I've not really spoken about.
Do you guys, any of you, Justin, Mandy, Nanas, anyone that's closer, what do we know? So I've had people in the last 48 hours in my email. I don't know where they got it from. I think, no, not Justin's. Well, anyway, there's rumors going around. It's one thing I would like to dispel, or if it's true, get more information. Did Seth Rogers and Chris's ex Nina have contact prior to Sebastian's disappearance that we know of?
No. Never.
No.
That's what I it felt like. No, but I wasn't sure.
We never heard of anything like that. There's no receipts for that.
Nina didn't even know who
actually.
the father was. I don't even think she knew who even Seth was. Like,
right.
Justin,
because she didn't even hardly know. She never even knew Katie.
You guys can probably answer this for me, but like with so many CPS cases going on and all that, and with Sebastian obviously being in a bad way, was Seth like kept in the know with all these things happening?
Mm-hmm.
No.
He was not.
No.
Okay, because I was wondering about that. Like, why the hell was he not fighting to get Sebastian out of that house?
Right.
I was wondering the same. 2 times, allegedly, Sebastian is getting, well, let's just say it, molested under the Proudfoot's roof. Twice.
One.
Well, they say twice.
What do you mean twice?
It happened twice under the Proudfoot's roof.
Who said that?
I've never heard that.
I'll find it. It was twice.
Well, it doesn't matter if it was once or twice.
Even
Once
if it
is
was,
too
yeah,
many.
exactly. So I was just curious why Seth didn't fight for custody then.
Well, I'll tell you this. When obviously, whenever KK and Edgar were in California, Faith obviously went there to California, from New Mexico to California. Edgar was supposed to, if there's anything that happened to any CPS involvement, any things like what happened to Sebastian being
Mhm.
with that was supposed to be notified to the court. Edgar and KK never notified Nina's court. Never did. There's no documentation of it at all, and I just know otherwise.
Jesus.
Yeah, once or twice the question was still the same, but I heard that there was 2 incidences while with the Proudfoot. So someone saying one was with a babysitter who was a
Oh, okay. I
pedo.
think I know what you're talking about. Okay. So that is referring to, in my opinion, either Katie's sister or Katie's mom. They are RSOs.
Both of them.
Yes.
Oh,
And
God.
I
Right, I
think
remember
that they was supposed to, Seth was upset that they
that.
allowed Sebastian around the RSOs, which naturally, you know what I mean? They're not supposed to be around kids.
Yeah.
Right.
That's against the law.
Well, I'm glad you cleared that up because, I mean, Seth in general, there's something about him that I don't like. Like, I don't think he had anything to do with Sebastian going missing, but just in general, there's something about Seth that rubs me wrong. But I am glad that I know now that he didn't know what was happening to Sebastian and just kind of left it alone. So
Well,
that definitely helps me a lot.
Seth was very involved with Sebastian at school. And when they had their meetings, all 3 of them would go to the meetings. And I don't understand how that was never brought up at those meetings.
What do you mean? What was brought up?
Like the CPS cases, because the school would be the one to report. And I'm surprised it wasn't brought up during their meetings, especially right before he went missing when they had that meeting, that last one.
Well, the last meeting
Was,
that was a very awkward meeting. It was very, very awkward. That's all I can, I've been, people has reached out to me. You guys know that. And everyone was looking at KK and Edgar, just the way their behavior was and all that. It was very, very bad.
and that might have been a distraction tactic so that didn't get brought up. I don't know, but
Well, Mandy, think about this. Maybe the teachers thought that he was informed.
That could be too.
Yeah.
very much could be. Yes.
I mean, all the teachers do is report what they find, right? What they think. That's what they do. And that's really all. They're not there for after whatever happened.
Follow up. Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
They're not allowed. They're not allowed all the information after they report what's going on. That's up to CPS to get in touch with the parents, and then it's all done.
And
But
it would probably
I
be
think
awkward
they
for a
thought,
teacher.
yeah, I think they thought he did know about it. But sure, I want to bring up one thing you said earlier.
Yeah.
Something about why when Seth knew about what happened to Sebastian in California, why he didn't try to take custody.
Yeah.
The reason is he was living in his car. He was homeless.
Yeah.
He wasn't living in Tennessee at that time. So he had a hard time getting his life back together so that he could get Sebastian. And as soon as he got his life back together, he went head first to get Sebastian back.
Yeah,
And to get
moving
custody
states
of
to
him.
be with your son, not many do that. So that's
Yeah, Edgar didn't.
And Seth was
great,
supposed
Justin.
to
Great.
get custody of Sebastian. It was going to happen fairly soon, wasn't it?
Yeah, before he went, yeah, it was supposed to be.
It was
It was supposed to
that
be when
summer.
school
Was at the end of school,
let
yeah.
out. Yeah.
And he was going to be homeschooled. And the thing is, well, the Proudfoot say that Sebastian had an issue with that. We don't know. I mean, did Seth ever say Sebastian had an issue with that?
He talked to him about it, but Sebastian wasn't it? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Justin. Didn't Sebastian not want to talk about it with his dad?
Sorry, I was muted. Yes. The last thing he was the last time, Sebastian, you know, like he wanted to tell Seth something, I think it was, and but can you imagine the pressure of Sebastian because he lived with Edgar and KK 90% of the time. So he was only with his dad every other weekend. So if Sebastian went and told Seth something, Seth is obviously going to get pissed
Right.
and go probably fly off the handle, which any parent would.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're with the people you're complaining about, your mom and your stepdad, and it's only going to be hell on you.
So he probably
Exactly.
did, like my daughters sometimes be like, Mom, don't say anything to Dad because it'll just make him more mad,
Yep.
type of thing.
Yep. Bingo. Sure. That's exactly it.
Yeah. That's fucked up. That poor kid.
I'm trying to find this post from Seth's mother because she does talk about Sebastian was telling her what was going on, and he made her promise not to say anything.
I remember that. Yep.
And she said he was scared for his father, and he didn't want him to be harmed or to lose his job. Now, for a child to say that, even a 15-year-old to say that, then they have had heard those words.
I was just going to say, who said that in front of him? Because he doesn't just say that. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly.
So Chris maybe said something like, "Don't you?"
Oh yeah,
or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Tricky says she
I don't
hasn't.
feel like Sebastian said that.
yeah. Trishy said she has it.
She said she'll send it to you if you want.
Yeah, I was trying to see where it was. I had it somewhere and I can't find it now.
Seth didn't work when he had Sebastian. That's what Seth said in his AWBD. Oh, Brittany's chat.
Yeah.
I actually have a clip of him saying that that he worked when Sebastian was with Katie on those weekends. So if he would have left and wanted to try to get to Seth on that Sunday or that Monday, then he would have known that Seth would have been at work, because he worked on the weekends that Sebastian was home with Katie.
Right.
I don't know if it's a short or I think it's a short on my channel.
I'll never get this out of my head what Edgar said.
What was that?
Sebastian made it sound like I was so horrible. He thought he was going to get me kicked
I
out
remember
of
that.
my house.
Yep.
How?
Who
No.
said that?
I'm sorry, a 15-year-old autistic kid does not know that that CPS is going to make an adult leave.
Yeah,
Right.
right. They play up how autistic Sebastian is, but allegedly he's also this smart to know all of these grown-up situations
And hide evidence.
and hide evidence. Yeah. Oh, and Chris also, babe. I don't know if you heard this, but I heard this from Chris mouth myself. He said, and if anyone has the clip, if you could pull it up. I'm at work right now for another half an hour. He said, what was it? The best thing that he did was leave no trace.
Yes. Is
The
that not
best part about it,
He left no traces.
he left no evidence.
Yes.
He said
Yes,
evidence.
that's what he said.
Evidence.
evidence? Not a trail or a
Who
scent, but
says that?
evidence.
And
KK says he's young in mind, but he's a ninja, like Edgar says, and
I have that.
always
If you,
wanted to be a ninja.
yes.
And just
But-
poof disappear? Like,
Chris said that. He said
Yes,
the best
Chris-
thing.
yep.
Yeah.
He said
And
that.
after
I
that,
heard,
he said, and poof, he disappeared.
yeah,
I just
do
got a
we know where we
notification
can
you were
find
live
that?
there. I just now got a notification you were live.
Oh shit.
I can't even figure out how in his mind that would be a good thing.
Right.
I can't get there.
What?
I
Chris?
agree.
Yeah,
Saying
why
that?
he would say that.
Well, he wants it. He's building, in my opinion, he's building Sebastian up to think like, oh, he has. Well, he has said this. He has fooled. He stumped the detectives. He's fooled everybody. He's a ninja. That's why he wants it to make Sebastian seem like he is just pulled off the crime of the century.
Yeah.
A 15-year-old autistic kid who's young in mind.
So basically, he's Jason Bourne.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
yeah.
didn't he say the best thing he did was leave no evidence? And then there was something else he said that was really fucked up. Yeah,
I'll tell you
who says
something,
that?
God.
something he said that really has stuck in my mind. When he was riding with Chris and he told Chris that if this goes south, what are you going to do? Or did he say, what are you going to do? How did he say that?
What
I
if
know he
this
said
goes south? He told Seth, what if this goes south? Just
Yeah,
a couple
Chris-
hours after he arrived that
that
day.
is what has always stuck in my mind.
What the hell?
I mean, just hours after Sebastian went missing.
And
Your kid's
Seth,
missing. How much more south could it get?
well, Seth
What
replied.
the hell does that mean?
He said, well, I'll go south. What are you talking about? He said, what if he's dead?
What?
That was
I did not hear that.
Well, the thing is, like, when he called Nina Wednesday, remind you, he got home Monday at 1 p.m., right?
He called Nina before he called Seth, right?
No.
Mhm.
He comes home at 1 o'clock on Monday, which is when he arrived. Sebastian, they called in at 6 to the 911 number that he was missing. So 7 hours later, he is home. He's home, the half a day there, right? Tuesday, he's home the full day. And Wednesday, he's back, he leaves, and he goes and gets his camper. He's home one full day before he goes back to get his camper that he pays anywhere from a month to 3 months in advance. That is his words, not my words. his words. And that evening when he called Nina, he sounds very anxious and all of that. And then Nina said, well, Chris, we have court Tuesday. I've got to call the court. And that's when he screamed at her and he said, we're not having court Tuesday. So Sebastian hasn't even been missing 72 hours at this point. You're not, so you're
Nope.
saying he's not coming home.
Yeah, I
You're
remember
not
that too.
expecting him to come home, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Right. He knew he wouldn't be home.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You just have to read into his words, and it's all his words.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
It's his word.
Jesus.
Also, Edgar, I knew when Edgar said this, something was up, and it took me months of. It's probably the second hardest thing other than tracking Jose down that I've ever done. But to find this out, I was going to find it out though, is whenever he said, when they were talking about, why did you spend the night down there and stuff? And he said, we went down there. He said, we went down there. We were probably down there. I don't know what we were down there. 19 hours total. And then he said, not we, I.
Yeah.
And I thought, no, you don't mess up we's and I's. You never mess up we's and I's.
No.
You can come out of surgery and you're not going to mess up a we or an I. It is ingrained. You don't mess it up. I knew he wasn't alone. And I can tell you.
That's like when Don kept fucking up. We turn here. I mean,
Yeah,
whatever.
bingo. You don't mess it up. I can tell you for sure, Edgar had 2 people with him Wednesday evening. 2 people with him Wednesday evening.
Wednesday after the prior to Sebastian going missing?
No, after.
Yes, when he's
The Wednesday
going down, the evening he went down to back to Mississippi
to go pick up his trailer.
to go pick up his camper thingy.
Sebastian was missing on
Okay.
Monday.
Yeah, he said
So
I
I
didn't
have-
go, or he said Katie didn't go with me.
I have that video pulled up that I clipped him saying that. It was on Smiley's panel. And I pulled up Shay's video where she has the screenshot that Lolly was looking for from Seth's mom,
Okay.
which
Yeah.
is what's on
Yeah, that'd be
screen
great
right
if you
now.
play it. That'd be great.
Yeah. 'Cause
So,
it's sad. That is so horrible.
This is the one that is this the one you were talking about, Lolly?
Yes. Yep.
So she
I was the
said
only person- Yeah. That's it.
you can stop all of your speculating. I did not tell my son because my grandson asked me not to. I was the only person that Sebastian felt like he could say anything to. If I had broke his confidence, he would never have been able to speak to me again about everything and anything. He was protecting his dad. He did not want his dad to do anything that would harm himself or his career. Do I regret not telling him? You bet I do. But had I told him, Sebastian would have never trusted me again. So stop your speculation. I beat myself up enough. You don't need to beat me up too.
Bless her heart.
Yeah.
But yeah, why would he mention his dad being harmed in his career?
Right.
Because Chris is the very first person to speak up very fast and say, I got Seth his job. So I guess he's the one that can take the job away also.
And Seth has said that Edgar did not get him his job either. He had to go through all the training and everything. You don't pass the training, you don't get the job.
Yeah.
Right.
And all of that.
So he got his own damn job.
He got his own damn job, yeah.
Yeah, he might have got him at
He
the interview
told,
or something, but
I think Edgar said that they were hiring at the jail or whatever, and that's it. That's it.
Mhm.
That's all he did. But Edgar wants to inflate that as, oh, I got him the job.
Damn.
It's crazy.
So okay, it feels like to me with him saying that, and I heard him say that you got Seth his job. I don't remember what show, but I do remember hearing that somewhere. Sure sounds like that would be the same person that's telling Sebastian,
Yes.
your dad can lose his job. Edgar
Bingo.
is Chris Proudfoot, babe.
Oh, okay. I
We
didn't
say
want to ask
Edgar
public because
because
I didn't want to sound like an
he's
idiot.
sue happy, but he needs an international lawyer to sue me. So go ahead, Chris.
I
Let's
doubt it
go.
if that's going to happen because, you could get him and ask him any question on a deposition.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't call him Edgar. I call him Chris.
And so how long was it after, as I don't know if Mark knows this, but Chris had to allegedly go back to work, even though I heard he lost his job, so I'm not really sure that. But he left to go to work while his son is missing. And just like the Wells like to leave state when their daughter is missing, they went to a whole nother state and Katie went with. She said she had to help Chris get settled into his job. I'm not sure she's ever had to do that before. And part of me thinks it's because Chris didn't want her on her own talking and fucking everything up.
Mm.
It's very controlling man, that one.
Yes. I agree.
Okay, this is the clip that Justin was talking about where he says, we. I mean, I went, and he was gone for 17 hours total. And it's only a minute and a half, so I'm just going to let it play all the way through.
Okay, thank you.
Chris, what time did you get home on Monday? Do you remember?
I want to say it was, well, hold on, let's see here. 1 something, I think.
Yeah. And then did you have to go back up there and get your camper? I mean, is that what y'all had to go back and get that? Somebody had to drive it back? Or?
No. It's a fifth wheel. It's a fifth wheel.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I couldn't tell. Somebody was just
No. So there's a couple things that, because of this whole situation, I hope families never endure.
Right.
Without going into great details, I almost lost my job.
Mm-hmm. Over this?
Yes, over this, very much. Yeah.
You can't get fired for your son missing. Just saying.
And because of that, I was like, well. So I got permission, and I say I got permission. I asked law enforcement, said, hey, I need to go down, go get my fifth wheel, and I need to bring it. Because right now, and they said, okay. So we told them what day we were going. And we went down there. We weren't even down there, I don't know, 24 hours maybe. I think we were down there maybe 17 hours. Long enough to get down there, finish packing everything up. And I'll say she didn't go. I was down there long enough to pack
See, he said
up,
we, rather.
Looked up the next morning and came home.
Mm-hmm.
But he also said, I almost lost my job.
Yeah,
and
well,
then he goes and gets his camper. Why do you go and get your camper if you didn't lose your job? Keep your camper there and go back to work.
But this is the thing. First of all, who loses their job whenever their kid goes missing? They're more compassionate than ever, number one. Number two, he never went back to that job a single day.
That's right.
After Sebastian went missing. But he said he was going back there to go back to work. But in Nancy Grace's interview, Katie says, I'm here to help him go back to work, getting him ready, because she asked, why are you down there? Your son's missing. And she said, well, he could be anywhere. But then Edgar says in the same interview, my job is up in the air. But also Katie's down here helping me get back to work.
Settle into his work.
And he doesn't go back to that job ever.
So
There's a reason they were down there. They were more comfortable down there. You only go where you're comfortable.
Right. Yeah. Really quick, sorry to interrupt everyone. It's not showing me who, because again, I'm at work. But we have raised $30 for the Blind Cat Sanctuary. Thank you, whoever donated. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're doing it. Okay.
Does
Yeah, we set up
anyone
a
know?
fundraiser for Blind Cat Sanctuary in Sebastian's name. So they take in
Aw.
blind cats that are going to get euthanized, and they give them a home and love on them and take care of their medical issues until they pass on their own.
I put the link to the website in the chat there if you guys want to check that out.
Yeah, if you want to check it out again, if you want to go to the website that he shared right there, there is a donate button on their link. I understand that people don't really trust fundraising on these streets, and that's okay. But if you want to read up about it,
It goes directly. It literally
yeah.
goes directly, instantly to them. It doesn't.
Creators don't ever see the money.
No, they don't
Yeah.
see it. They collect nothing. It goes directly into their account. If there's like a hand button there, like with two hands
Yep.
or whatever, then that means it goes directly there. They instantly text you a receipt, instantly.
Yeah. Okay, now I got a question. I may have missed it somewhere, but did Edgar ever give the reason why it was so necessary to go get his fifth wheel?
He said he didn't want to leave it down there, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think he really gave a good answer. He just mumbled through it.
Yeah, that's so weird to me.
Yeah.
Very. Especially when he said he pays anywhere from a month to 3 months in advance. Ever how long the job's going to be, he goes down there and he just pays them.
Well, yeah, even if he was paying by the week, which that wouldn't be the case, but that really wouldn't be on my mind.
Right. That would be the last thing you thought of.
I'd be like, screw the camper. I gotta stay here.
Right.
My son's missing.
But he left KK the entire night. But also he was with 2 other people that evening.
Can you? Sorry, I'm finishing up at work here. Can you guys tell Mark about the dog situation? I thought that was really weird. But Katie locking up the dogs, but when Chris was home at night, but when Chris wasn't home, she'd sleep with the dogs, and allegedly she locked the dogs up that night, even though Chris wasn't home.
They both slipped on that.
Yeah.
You tell them, guys. I've talked enough. Y'all talk.
You're good, Joe.
Will somebody tell me?
Okay, the story goes that when
You
Chris
guys are cracking me up.
is home, the dogs sleep in their little kennels. When he's gone, Katie, lets the dogs sleep with her. When they're on their phone call, Katie's starting to allegedly fall asleep, and Chris makes the comment, wake up, go put the dogs up and put them in their beds and go to bed.
Put them in their crate.
Wakes her up over the phone, by the way. What?
Yeah, this is over the phone. So why would she put them up? Because they both knew the dog slept with her when he was gone.
Yeah, it makes me think he was there.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he won't tell where he was Sunday, and law enforcement want camera footage of Sunday afternoon, and he says law enforcement has told me not to speak about that, but I have an email from the detective who has been on this criminal investigation. We told us it was a criminal investigation for the last 11 months, and he says he cannot tell Edgar what to say or not to say, or KK, or Seth.
Yeah, that was the thing with the Wells too. They can't tell them.
No.
They want suspects talking, and they're all suspects. If Seth is a suspect, Chris is a suspect.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even though Edgar said they were clear on the very first interview.
Yeah.
He's not cleared. If anyone's cleared, they're going to do a press conference and they'll say he's cleared.
But Tennessee, they don't clear anybody.
No.
Yeah.
They don't clear anybody. They just arrest. and then after an arrest, everyone's clear.
Yep. Which is the way it should be.
Right.
I wish an arrest would come soon.
Me too.
Yeah.
Ew.
I wish somehow, somewhere, that boy's okay.
Right.
I know what the odds of that are, but I still hope for it.
I know, me too.
Yeah, I don't like how she did the throat thing. That makes me think not. But at the same time, it could be when families want teenagers. I've been sent to some of these places. When they want to send teens or whatever to hide out where they mistreat these teenagers. They make them work, they make them do slavery, they hurt them, they get sexually abused, all of these things. And they typically take these kids because they like them. It's very militant, and they like them to be, what do you call it? Like confused, unaware of what's really going on or whatever. And they will take them in the middle of the night, 3 a.m., 4 a.m.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, and maybe they drugged him. And maybe that's what she meant.
I mean, I don't think he's at a school or anything like that at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would end up getting found eventually if he was.
Well, I mean, nobody's going to hold a kid like that when literally the Secret Service is looking for them, federal government, FBI, all of that. Plus, there has to be a revenue for paying that's coming out of some bank account of some sort. There has to be, and it's like the reason they didn't do that before because it was like $7,000 and $8,000 a month.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, that reminds me. Well, another thing that's plus for Seth, if they wanted to send Sebastian to a place that had multiple deaths with the teenagers, and Seth is the one who researched the place, found this out, and said absolutely not. He is not going there. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And that place is local to them as well. And Seth was like, no.
Seth did the research, not the mom, not the stepdad.
Yep.
They're going to send him
Everything
to
that's
somewhere.
happened to Sebastian, like really bad, has been under their roof.
Yes.
That's true.
Missing the things that happen in California, all of these, 5 DPS reports in 14 months.
I never knew it was in 14 months. That's absolutely crazy. Were any of the cases even closed?
We don't know.
We don't really know. We don't really know.
We don't know. Yeah, because we can't know. Damn.
All we know is Seth got a lawyer, got a copy of the CPS cases, and his words were, if you knew what was in these reports, it would keep you up at night.
Yeah, so I'm more and more.
I knew they keep Seth up at night. Every night.
Imagine.
Which would make sense why he's falling asleep and not sleeping.
Yeah.
Okay, I have it pulled up here. This is also from Shay's channel. This is where Chris says the best part about it is there's no evidence.
Oh, thank you. I wanted Mark to hear that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have never heard that. I want to hear it.
And I was going to say, and he just said recently on a live, he never said that.
Yeah. I never said that.
She made a video of that, and that's what I tried to find, but I can't find that one. I found this one. I've gone through like a bunch of the videos.
The one where he said I never said that was on Elevated
Truth. Yeah. And I know she has it clipped because she put it on there, and then she's like, oh, really? And then she played I'm pretty sure this clip in that video too. But yeah, he denied saying it, and he was like, that is not what I said. I said, and that's not what he said at all. So this is what he said.
I mean, it's
You know, it's so simple that it's probably a very boring case if you took away all the crap.
Boring case.
It's just a simple, we have a 15-year-old autistic child that is missing. And unfortunately, the best part about it is he has managed to do this without any evidence left behind whatsoever.
Who the hell says that when their child's missing?
It's crazy.
The best part about it. Now, how is that the best part about this? And you take away all the crap, and it's a boring case. So just leave it alone. Look the other way. Go find another case. This one's boring. Okay.
Yeah.
Also, can we find? Did he not say? Because I'm already going crazy. I heard what I thought was Chris Proudfoot's mouth say he studied the Summerwells case.
Yes.
Yeah, he talks
And
about
that
it.
we were going to be studying Sebastian's case for years to come, right?
Wasn't that on the first interview with Duchess?
Yeah, I have
He
that.
talks about Summer and the other one that what happened right. Riley, was it Riley Strain?
Yeah, they're very obsessed with Riley Strain.
Yeah. But the best, like I said today, I actually talked about this in my lab today. I said the only people who thinks it's the best part about it is the people who know what happened to Sebastian that think that.
Yeah. Or the ones that are about to get in shit for it.
Yeah.
Well, they're not speaking to law enforcement, and they allegedly have a criminal defense attorney already.
Well, yeah, they would probably need one because I thought I heard a news clip or somebody. I thought I did hear on an article that it was a criminal investigation now, which makes sense because they have stopped all the searches.
Well, the detective
Law
told me it was a
enforcement
criminal investigation.
Oh, really?
He said
Yeah,
it in
he
email.
told us flat out it's a criminal investigation.
That was in that email that he sent you, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Cheryl sent you a screenshot of that, and I also sent you a screenshot of what the view from the camera across the
I
street from
saw
their house.
that. I just can't share it right now.
Right. I just wanted you to see that the camera view. So if he would have walked out the front door or the garage doors, he would have been seen on that camera for sure. But did you want me to play this again where he said there's no evidence left behind? Finish hearing what he said.
Yeah,
I
I
also
wanted to hear the rest of it because, people say, well, you didn't play the rest of it. So I really wanted to
Maybe
hear
just
the
go
rest
back a little bit and play it all the way through.
Okay. And then I also found the clip where Seth said he worked the weekends that he did not have Sebastian. And I have the clip of, what was the other one? Where Chris said that the case would be studied for years to come. So.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
I got the lineup.
You're awesome, Mandy.
I got it. Okay. So I went back. We'll go back 10 seconds here.
Part about it is he has managed to do this without any evidence left behind whatsoever. That is the most unique aspect of this case.
What did you say?
Well, we have a 15-year-old autistic child that is missing. And unfortunately, the best part about it is he has managed to do this without any evidence left behind whatsoever.
The best part about it
is the most.
And sir, I don't know of anybody or any creator that would call any missing child's case boring, or anyone that would say the best part about it was without a trace.
Exactly, sure.
No, so here's something that's very unique. We talk about it whenever they come and they talk to us or they call us on the phone. This is a case that literally has got all of these agencies stumped. Okay, and I'm saying this very openly as far as, playing devil's advocate. Let's say one of us was suspected of foul play. Seth, let's say something, right?
Right.
He said
There's
one
no
of all.
way that we would outdo
Did you want me to pause for a minute?
No, sorry.
What
Oh, that's
interview
okay.
was this?
I think it was when he was on Smiley's. She usually pops it up in the beginning, and I'm pretty sure that that's what she just showed. Was when it was on Smiley. Yeah. Right there. Yeah, March 20th on Smiley's. Okay.
Not even 1 month.
Right.
Not even 1 month. Listen to the words he says.
Suspected of foul play. Let's say something, right?
Right.
There's no way that we would outdo all these agencies. There's no way.
I agree. It just takes some time to get warrants, Mother Chicken.
This 15-year-old boy has managed to outdo everybody. Call him Houdini. He always wanted to be a ninja, and we kept goofing around. Well, he has officially done it because
Wow.
nothing.
Young and mine.
And it's, the cops have told us this is a case that will go down as a researched study case where they're asking the questions and looking for answers, and literally nothing. Everything they try to come up with, blank.
Now this
How do you know that?
Information that we still, even as of today, we had a meeting with law enforcement, and
So by March 20th, you're out here saying that all these agencies are stumped. Less than 1 month after Sebastian came up missing. And you think that, you guys couldn't fool LE, but Sebastian has, because he always wanted to be a ninja. I call bull.
Can we just think about that for a second? This is you usually hear parents and step-parents very sad. We can't find our son. When Seth talks
Even
about
Stearns acted more upset than this
it,
guy.
when Seth is talking about it, there's discouragement in his voice. He's discouraged. There's stress. Call him Houdini? he's just managed to outsmart everybody. Like it's funny, like it's a joke. Like if Sebastian is out in the woods a month later, it's not good.
Right. But
in mind, but he's still done it, right?
In my opinion, I think he is boasting about himself and the involvement.
1,000%.
Yep, I agree.
I agree with that.
That's why he's gleeful.
Yeah.
As he can't be both. He's a super autistic kid, and he doesn't know what he's doing, even though he would somehow take a flashlight, but not the shoes when he does not like the touch of grass on his feet or something like that. But he would take a flashlight.
It was a little keychain flashlight, and Seth already told us it didn't work. He had it for a fidget toy. But they didn't explain that.
Yeah, but now all of a sudden he's just freaking like Houdini.
Well, she's not even sure that he has the flashlight.
Well,
she can't find it.
This is the thing. They acted like they were the ones who noticed the flashlight.
Yes.
This is the thing. The video came out of the flashlights, right?
Mm-hmm.
Law enforcement asked them, did he take a flashlight? And Edgar says, we got to looking around and noticed a keychain flashlight was missing.
It's convenient.
Convenient because of those flashlight videos out in the yard. They had to attach a flashlight somewhere to Sebastian. So we'll talk about this little keychain flashlight that doesn't work.
But they didn't say it didn't work. They just
No,
implied.
they didn't. No, they don't want you to know it didn't work.
How did Seth know it didn't work? Did Seth, like, is this a flashlight Sebastian always carried, or how did Seth know it didn't work?
He got it at a little show or something like that.
Oh.
It was like a
Mohawk
little
Mom's at a
fidgety
trade.
thing.
Mohawk Mom's at a trade show.
Yeah, he used it as a fidget toy just to keep his hands busy.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's what it was to him. But it was just a little cheap flashlight. It's not going to last very long.
But in their interviews, they say, we noticed that there was a flashlight missing. No, Mother Chicken, you were asked that by law enforcement. You didn't want to talk about those lights out there. But just in case. Oh, yeah, he took this little flashlight. It's obvious as shit.
Great.
I have the clip of Katie saying that.
Yeah.
So we can go there after. I can put that in the lineup.
Katie is awesome.
Well,
Do you want me to
there's
finish
very
this
little
one?
doubt in- Oh, yeah.
Well, it's almost over.
Babe, can you
And then we'll go to the next
start
one.
the truck? I'll be done in 10 minutes.
Already did, baby.
Thank you.
Oh, you two are so cute.
We are. We're very cute.
Save Mark!
Save Mark!
Oh, yeah. I'm so put upon. Oh.
So you're confident in your abilities to get by with whatever you want to do, in my opinion. Oh, I love how them law enforcement officers are boosting your confidence up, Chris, in my opinion.
You know what is frustrating when people say to, well, Edgar says this actually. He said, don't you think one of us would be in handcuffs already if we did something?
Not yet.
No.
Give it time, buddy.
No.
And that's when I remind people of Dylan Redwine's case, and it took 5 years to make an arrest. 5 years. And 9 years for him to get justice. So
Jacob Wetterling, 27 years.
Yes. Doesn't happen that way.
Well, I always remind him of the saying, wheels of justice turn slow.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Sometimes slower than others. Some cases are quick and some cases are not.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
Yeah, they
And
can't.
the warrants.
They got to collect all the evidence, get all their ducks in a row, and make sure that they have what they think is a winnable case before they make any arrests.
Well, we got military training with these schools too, so I mean, it's not like they are stupid. They got money, they have intelligence, so whatever the Wiles can get away with, these guys will get away with 100 times more.
This is the thing. You have a right to a speedy trial. That's when you have a right to that. Most people don't accept that because they give their, time for their attorneys and all that. But right now, all the investigators and all of them have to do. They just have to collect all this and make sure it will convict someone.
Yeah.
They got all the time in the world, really. So, it's, especially if they, sadly believe he's not alive.
Right.
And that's
today
just the truth.
they did the verdict for little Evelyn Boswell's case. And there was someone in Mr. Miss E's chat that made a comment, and I screenshotted it because I wanted to read it and let everybody get it to sink in. This was in Tennessee, and an attorney explained the reasonable doubt thing. He said it's having doubt without reason. That gave me hope for Sebastians. And they don't have to have a body.
No, listen, justice is coming for Sebastian.
Yeah. But they don't have to have a reason to doubt that it's true or not.
No. Yes, that's not part of it.
Yeah. And that is so good, and that is so bad for the Proudfoots.
But I think that they will have a reason, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I think that they will. I mean, I think that based upon Edgar with past relationships,
yes,
I look forward to his ex-wives.
yeah.
If again, if they are implicated in this crime, which it is a criminal case, but if they are implicated, I do believe that there will be 4 out of the 5 wives taking the stand, and they will tell what they lived with. And I can tell you what a couple of them lived through, and their kids lived through. And it's bad.
Oh, leopard doesn't change his spots. This is why I'm worried about Katie.
Right. Okay, so this real quick, Seth said that he worked the weekends that Sebastian was with Katie.
Because he didn't leave with his phone. He didn't attempt to call me. You know, his godparents live up in Clarksville too, and he has their phone number. He could have called them. He could have called and reached out for me, but he also knows that on the weekends that he's with his mom, I'm at work. Because those are the days I work Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
And forgive me, if I
also knows that on the weekends that he's with his mom, I'm at work. Because those are the days I work Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
And forgive me,
So I always watch everything on 2 times speed, so I'm sorry that it's so fast because that's how I screen recorded it. So, but
you can
understand. He said that, right. And I try to put the caption on there, so that helps a little bit too. And then we will share this tab instead. I'll just keep going back from tab to tab here. This is the one that he said it's a case to be studied. And this was on March 3rd, the very first interview that he and Katie did.
7 days.
She was the last one with him that we know of. We don't know if Chris was hiding in that house or someone else was in that house. We don't know that.
Right.
Right.
But this is only 7 days. 1 week after Sebastian's missing. And it's already a case to be studied.
Right. Okay, here we go.
As of today, the National Guard was also brought in to help with the search, but they have had fixed-wing aircraft, helicopters, horseback, ATV, side-by-side, door-to-door, scouring every neighborhood possible. The outreach from the community and various counties has been extremely welcoming, loved. We've been told this is probably one of the largest searches that they've conducted with so much input that it's a case to be studied for sure. We've been told this is probably one of the largest searches that they've conducted with so much input that it's a case to be studied for sure.
You have a lot of people that are praying, and
So my outcome of that is he knew that Sebastian was not coming home.
Exactly, Nana. I agree with you.
7 days. And he knew Sebastian was not coming home.
Yep.
And that's my opinion.
That's my opinion as well. Why are you going to say something like that? And why are you going to imply that it's going to be a case to be studied for years to come? If Sebastian walked in that door an hour later there wouldn't be much to it.
A lawyer says about that.
Yeah, I mean,
it's the dumbest shit he's ever said.
So obvious.
But Tammy
Now-
had to jump out a while ago because her pipes burst.
Oh no!
Again.
Yeah.
Again. She just had this problem the other day, and
Oh no!
What happened? What happened?
Her pipes burst.
Who?
Tammy's.
Oh no.
So I was telling Mark, like, every time where I start getting a little suspicious of Seth, I hear
Chris opens his mouth.
Yep. So
Or
now
Chris's
this.
own words.
Well, I never did think Seth had anything to do with Sebastian going missing.
Yeah.
But yeah, something about Seth still does rub me wrong. I don't know what it is, but I always did think Chris and Katie had something to do with Sebastian going missing.
Yeah.
I thought that from the start.
Yeah.
I always would.
So this is when Justin was playing Smiley's interview, and Chris, the genius that he is smarter than everybody else in the room. He eliminated the front door as a possibility of Sebastian walking out of without even realizing that he eliminated the front door. So I have the clip also of where they talk about, because I think I split it up into 2 shorts, but I have a whole video showing that they eliminated. But they said that they checked all the windows, they were all intact, all the screens were intact. He wouldn't go out one door because it was too loud. He wouldn't have gone out the other door because he would have had to have a key to lock it behind him, and he didn't have the key. And so the front door is the only door that he could have gone out of that would lock behind him, or that he could lock behind him because of the keypad. Now, in this clip, he says that if somebody was on the front porch, they would have been caught on the security camera across the street, which I can pull that picture up that I sent to share with you guys so you can see that he would have been seen. If he would have gone out any of the garage doors or the front door, that camera across the street would have caught him, like Chris said right here. So there's no way Sebastian walked out that front door, per Chris and Katie's own words. So let's listen.
I don't know.
And not only that, but if somebody had been by the front door, punched in the code, believe it or not, no, it's not super clear, but you would have seen a shadow or a figure.
Yeah, that's what I would think.
And based on, something would have been visible because one of the lights is still visible. And based on, something would have been visible because one of the lights is still visible from that ring camera from across the street.
Yeah.
That has been, like I said, every video, and I've said this through Facebook, everything in the neighborhood.
There we go, guys. There we go.
So he was trying to rule out the possibility of somebody coming up and meeting Sebastian at the front door, or coming in the front door to come inside of their house.
Yep.
That he was trying to rule out everything. Like, it seems like every idea that somebody brings up, he rules it out somehow.
But if someone would have came up to the front door, it would have caught him. If someone would have came out the front door, it would have caught him. Remember, they can turn their lights on in their house, and the Ring doorbell picks them turning their lights on. That's how sensitive it is. If it'll pick up Chris and Katie turning their lights on in their house, it will certainly pick up someone in the yard, which we know it does because of the trash. And even the detective said that, or the private SF guy, He said that when they turn their lights on and off, it kicks on the neighbor's camera.
Right. I know my security cameras will click on for leaves blowing through the yard in the fall or a squirrel running across the street. You know, it's any type of motion, and you can set your camera's sensitivity level for noise and for motion. On mine, I can. So I'm pretty sure most cameras are the same, you know, that have the same idea on the settings. So if it's picking up that light, then it would most definitely pick up, according to Chris, any type of, you know, silhouette or shadow or something would have been seen. So he didn't leave that house. I mean, by Chris and Katie's own words, he didn't leave the house on his own.
Well, think about it.
Window.
The front door, nothing happened. The side doors, you can see it from the neighbors. We know that because we see the trash can, we see the garage door in that footage, all of that. Nothing out of there. The only activity that there is that entire night is the back with the flashlight.
Exactly.
Yep. Okay, so I'm going to switch over to this. I can't make the picture bigger sharing it like this, but I can open it in my settings if I need to. So this picture right here in the top right-hand corner is the original picture that SF Investigates shared on Twitter showing the view from across the street from the Proudfoots from the Ring camera. The trash truck is out in front of the house. So if you're on your phone, you can pinch your screen and zoom in a little bit. I wish I could make it, I don't know if this will make it bigger or not. So then I made the picture black and white. And then this picture, I zoomed in a little bit, and the front door is right here, which you can see it in the original. And then these are the garage doors over on the left-hand side in front of the trash truck, like right at the hood. And you can see the lights right above both of the overhead doors. And then I went to Google Maps and got the closest angle view that I could that would be similar to what we see in the security footage view. So you can see, and the leaves were not on the trees in February, remember? So you could see straight through these branches, these empty branches, to the front door from this camera.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where he would have been caught on camera if he would have gone out the front door, or if somebody would have walked up to the front porch, which is what Chris was trying to say.
Yep.
He didn't do himself any favors right there.
Right, at all. I love it for
Which
him.
is what I constantly pray for.
Yeah, he tells on himself all the time.
Yeah, he really does, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm. I think he should have stayed out of the interviews and let Katie do it.
Oh, Katie's really bad at it. Really bad at it. That's why she doesn't talk. Well, that's why they're both not talking now.
Yeah. She probably would have done better, though. I'm going to say that.
And this is the one where he said we would have heard him if he would have gone out of his window because, you know, thinking about that Ring camera from across the street, you know, following along here, if he would have gone out the window, the camera would have caught him on camera, but we would have heard him because if he went out the window barefoot, he would have stepped on mulch.
Hey, what is Mohawk saying in chat?
The font is the exact same as the font he used in the backyard photos. So she's saying on the picture, let me go back here. On the picture, this font down here at the bottom, the date and time is the exact same that was used on the backyard, which was
interesting. Two different cameras, but
yep. SF is adding the date and time on there himself. It's not
it's obvious.
I knew that anyway because, like, on my security camera, it says the date and time and what camera it is, the name of the camera at the top of my screen. So it doesn't have it down at the bottom like that. So I figured he added it anyway.
I love Mohawk. He notices everything.
All right, let's come back over here. And this is We Would Have Heard Him.
Can tell or could tell. I'm sure they looked at all that.
Yeah, with
Yes,
the
yeah.
screens intact and things like that.
Yeah, nothing exterior of the building of our house has been altered.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's why it was like, not only that, but for him to go out the window, so to speak, he would have landed in the flower bed and, barefoot. Yeah, we'd have heard something because he had landed on it and screamed.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd have heard something because he had landed on it and screamed.
Well, didn't Katie hear a thud at 10 p.m. though?
Well, Katie heard the thud, but Chris was allegedly on the phone with her, but he has never stated himself that he has ever heard that thud on his own. He even refused. Justin was talking about this on his live, and I brought it up. He even refused on Web Sleuths when Chloe asked him to recite the time that Katie had given already. He refused to answer any questions at all about the thud. And even what Katie had already said.
Right. Huh.
So why would he not talk about what he heard himself? Because if Katie would have said, I don't know what you're doing in there, whatever she actually said to him, Chris would have heard that on the phone. And he has never once stated himself that he heard it or heard her, or he's never validated that noise.
Or you got to think of it this way. Was that the time that she was talking on the phone for 3 hours? Or was it the time she was falling asleep at 10:30? Or was it the time that she was studying her schoolwork? Because all those three things she said.
I didn't hear her say she has schoolwork for what?
She said that at Nancy Grace, and that's the only time the word thud was ever mentioned.
Yeah, she was studying business administration, but she pulled out of school because of this. But she said she was falling asleep. I thought it was around 10 p.m., but that was also the same time she heard the thud.
Yeah, 10:30. Yeah, but then
they
again,
started
she
the
talked
call
to him on the phone at the very beginning. They talked until midnight.
Right. They started the call at 9:43 or 9:46 or whatever. Law enforcement has all of their call logs. And they were on the phone until almost midnight because she was falling asleep, and he said, hey, go put the dogs up and go to bed. But the dogs sleep with her when Chris isn't home.
She can hear all that to wake up and know to go to bed, but he didn't hear no thud.
Right.
Right.
You guys, $90 raised to the cat shelter. Thank you so much. Awesome.
They will appreciate that so much.
They really will.
And Mrs. Smith said that she went to the website and made a donation from there. So she said she hoped that you get credit for it, but it doesn't. As long as you made the donation, that's all that matters. It's not about credit.
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
And
Thank
it goes
you for doing
directly
that.
to him. I got 2 receipts. So I did 2 donations. I got 2 receipts.
Yay.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, Justin.
Of course,
Now-
it's in Sebastian's name. So, of course.
Yeah.
Sebastian liked his kitties. Edgar took them away.
Yeah.
What an asshole. He took everything that poor boy loved away.
That's why when Cher asked, and she was like, what foundation should we choose? I want you to choose it. And I was like, well, we have to do something with cats because that was his favorite animal and he wasn't able to have them,
Well,
read what Mohawk just put. Mohawk Mom said, heck, she also added that her and Sebastian had a conversation, yet Chris does not mention that either.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, Edgar
Can you
even
repeat that? Who had a conversation?
When she
Sebastian
said
and Katie.
at one time, she says that she asked him, are you okay in there? And he said, yes. Yes, mom, go to sleep. Yeah, a whole conversation, a little bit of a conversation there. But other times she doesn't mention that.
That's right.
Yeah, so it depends on what interview you listen to. And that is so sus. It's unreal. Because the truth does not ever, ever change.
Right.
Yeah, but any interview you listen to, Chris never mentions the thud.
Nope, never does.
Never.
And like
Not
I said, when Chloe asked him, he denied to talk about it. Like he refused. He said, "I'm not going to repeat, or I'm not going to speak for Katie." And Chloe was like, "She already spoke about it. I'm just asking if you can tell us the time, so I can be for sure." And he was like, "No, if Katie wants to talk about it, she can, but I'm not talking about it for her."
And not only did, most people, whenever they're like, you can't use your phone for a day or two or whatever, like when you take something away temporarily from a child, like if they're not, they didn't do what they're supposed to or they're in trouble or whatever. Edgar made him throw his stuff out permanently.
Yeah.
Permanently. You're an asshole.
Because he didn't clean his room to their liking.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. That's his parenting advice. If your kids don't
Yeah.
clean their room, go throw their shit away and make them put the trash bag in the trash bin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got CPS cases in 14 months and 5 divorces, was working, or 5 marriages, was working to get on the 6th, and parenting and marital advice. Thank you. No thanks, mother chicken. In 20 years. 5 marriages in 20 years.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll pass.
That's crazy.
I'm doing
Well,
good.
I would
I've been with my
love
husband 17 years. I'm good.
In
Yeah.
chat,
Yeah,
share
I
their
would love to talk to Chris about how to parent, because you go in and you show them how to clean their room.
Yeah.
If you have to do it 5 or 6 times, they'll finally learn. You don't throw their shit away.
Yeah, you just show them that, you take care of things, and that's part of responsibility. And if you want, to continue to get things, take care of the stuff you got.
Exactly. But nobody, I don't think anyone in Chris or Chris's family even tried to understand Sebastian.
No, I really think that they thought he was just not disciplined. Well, Edgar said it. He's like, when we first got, with Sebastian, he was kind of out of control, and he's gotten better over the years after we worked with him and all that. So I think that he just thought at times when he was having, a moment, which we're all human, we all have our moments, number one. But, when you have you have autism, you can't discipline that out of them. That's who they are.
Yeah. You have to learn how to think like him. You know what I'm saying? You have to learn why he sees something the way he does, because his brain operates on a different level.
He is who he is, and that's
what you've got. And until you understand why he's thinking the way he thinks, you're going to have issues.
And you cannot discipline
No,
the spectrum out of anybody. Like you can't. So
no.
So this is the clip where Katie said that the flashlight is missing, and it's only 45 seconds. And then the next one that I wanted to play was down here, and now it's been moved. Okay, I'll find it again after this.
Justin's back.
Janice, I appreciate you being here. How did they know he took a flashlight? Well, I asked that very same question today, and I was so glad that Sebastian's mother explained it to me, because when I read that news article, I was like, well, how did they know he had a flashlight? Do you want to tell us about that?
Because she lied to
One of
your
the
ass.
first things that was asked is because he left when it was very dark outside, was if he might have taken a flashlight. And he actually has one that he plays with regularly,
It
and
was
I
like he
can't
might
find
have.
it.
I can't find it. I can't
So it's
find it.
likely
The
that
windshield
he
was
took it.
It was
shed.
like
I
he
can't send
might
a
have
book.
taken one.
It was dark outside. Well, how do you know he left when it was dark?
Was it because
Was
the
it that, dusk when he could really see?
Was it because the police asked if you had a flashlight? Yeah.
Exactly. That was,
Oh,
it was horrible.
now, okay. I wanted to play. I don't know if Mark has heard this or not. This is the one where I'm pretty sure this is the one. No, it isn't. Dang it. Where he said that Sebastian likes to pee in his pants and defecate in his pants.
What?
That's the one I
Well,
want.
that's a child that's being abused.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, they put him in pull-ups. 15 years old, had to wear a pull-up to go to school.
Yeah. KK was tired of going and taking other clothes all the time, was what it was.
And can I say, as someone who's been sexually abused and as an adult still had peeing their pants and bed issues, that happens from sexual abuse, by the way.
Yep.
So he shouldn't have been punished at all. Oh, I
Well,
hate that guy.
That's a sign. And when people brought that up, and that is one of the signs of that, they were attacked. How dare you even suggest that? And then later it
Attack
came
me
out.
then, because I'm speaking from experience, and a 14, 15, 13-year-old continues to do so because of trauma. Sexual abuse trauma. Attack me, bitches.
Yeah. And we
I'm
know
with you.
for a fact that
I'm with
happened.
you, Cher. They can attack me too.
That
Yes.
happened
I'm
to
with
him,
you.
and he was not getting the help he needed.
Exactly.
But why
Yeah,
even?
which is what Seth was
Why
trying to
even
do.
bring that up? Why even say it publicly?
That's why I'm saying they must know Sebastian's
Well,
never going
it
to come
wasn't.
back because they're
It
embarrassing him
wasn't said
over and
publicly.
over.
Hold on.
It
It wasn't
wasn't?
said publicly. It was said on the phone call that he was having with Terry Lynn. So it
Okay.
wasn't said on a panel, but he still said it, degrading
Yeah.
Sebastian to another stranger.
Yep.
Yeah.
A
I would
child
never
that's
do that.
missing her stepson.
Can we go back to he wasn't getting enough help? If they wanted to put him into a home because he was unruly, why didn't they take him to therapy to get him some help to try to go through this before they went to such drastic
Because
measures to
Chris
put him in a
hated him.
home?
You think Chris wants to spend his money on Sebastian? I don't think so.
But it's insurance. Insurance would have paid for it.
That's even still doesn't matter insurance or not. He probably has if they're married under his insurance, whatever. I had that problem myself with my kids' dad. I'm paying much medical bills now to get my kids' teeth and everything done. They were never taken, and it was court ordered that he was supposed to take care of the health insurance, and he never did, as like a fuck you to me, because he knew I wouldn't let them be in pain or go without and have to pay for it.
Yeah. Gotta love that.
I just don't understand why they didn't put him in therapy instead of going to such drastic measures.
Right.
And
we'll
maybe
think about it.
Sebastian would have said something that they don't want him to say, and the therapist would have found out, because they are probably
Good
mandated
point.
reporters.
Great point, Cher. Great point. Yep.
You know,
That's the only
this
thing I can
one,
think
he
of.
was just recently diagnosed with having autism.
Before
Why?
he knew anything?
yeah,
Just
in
a
like
couple
October.
years. Yeah. Was it just in October?
I believe it
Wow.
was September, October.
You know, how are you going to wait that long? Because that would have helped him when he was younger.
Well, to be fair, to play both sides, we don't know what testing they were having done We don't know what process they went through because he also had the chromosome deletion disorder
True.
and the ODD. So they could have blamed his signs or symptoms or whatever on those two diagnoses and not even thought about the spectrum until, later. So
Right.
I try to be
Yeah,
generous with diagnoses like that,
you're
especially the
right.
spectrum.
You're
because
right.
Right.
I
such,
just was surprised.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now, this is actually a clip from one of my videos that I made where Chris said that Sebastian showed, but then he retracted, like he self-edited as he was speaking, and said that he told his teachers at school, which resulted in a CPS visit. So it's just a clip of it.
Okay.
And that happens, sometimes, especially when you have a child who is, has special needs and stuff. That's
I've had
hard.
it. Well, I'll be honest with you. I've had CPS called on me in 2 states, New Mexico and Tennessee.
And so and that did that include with Sebastian?
Tennessee was Sebastian, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And in fact,
Tennessee was Sebastian, yes, ma'am. In fact, what, Mr. Chris?
Sebastian here. I'll just, like I said.
Now he's about to say he has nothing to hide because Mr. Chris he thinks he's always right. So of course he has to tell the story so he can degrade Sebastian some more. In my opinion, listen to the way that he degrades this child. Now put yourself in Sebastian's shoes, okay? You feel kind of helpless. You feel like you don't really feel safe, okay? With at least one of your parents at home, you don't feel totally safe. So you reach out. You reach out to people you're supposed to trust at school. Now listen to this story.
I got nothing to hide. So Sebastian went to school one day because we were at the house. He got in trouble. He didn't have a belt on. I was like, "Where's the belt?" And got it. Whack. Kind of got him.
Okay, so he said he got in trouble, but he didn't have his belt on. So he didn't get in trouble for not having a belt on. He got in trouble, and Mr. Chris was going to whack him on his butt with his own belt. Instead of using Mr. Chris's belt, he was going to use Sebastian's belt. But Sebastian didn't have a belt on. So he got it, and then Mr. Chris says, whack, kind of got him. Like he was bragging about it. Like he was, yep, whack, kind of got him, I kind of whacked his ass. Yeah, like it's a fucking joke, okay? I told you guys I'm sick. My patience is very, very, very thin right.
Well, listen.
So I was sick when I made this video, and I was being a sarcastic bitch, and I'm not apologizing for it, okay?
No, don't. I love it.
Yeah.
I was fed up with the bullshit that was going on at that time, and I was just so frustrated, and I was sick, and so
you heard
I
his
spoke my
words.
mind.
You hear his words there where he says Sebastian forgot to put on his belt. He went and got it, and whack.
Right now, I
Got a
probably
lick.
shouldn't be
in a
making this
minute,
video. If I
you hear where he says Sebastian was mad because he got caught lying. Where was that at? He doesn't.
right,
He doesn't tell
didn't
us where Sebastian lies.
he didn't specify the lie, and that's why when I first heard it, I didn't think that he was saying he got in trouble for not having his belt on. Now I know that a lot of people do. I know Justin does, believes that, which Justin left us, that he got in trouble for not having his belt on. But when I hear it, that's not what I hear. And when Nancy Grace asked him, well, what would he lie about? Well, I don't remember. Okay. But it was the only time that you ever hit him with a belt, but you don't remember what he lied about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Plus, he also says, I had 2 places CPS was called on me, California and Tennessee, but he doesn't say how many cases.
Right.
And he only proceeded to explain one case.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Good point.
And
he almost said it like he was bragging, like I've had 2 states, like 2 different
You guys
states.
see that? Mark made his first, was it epoxy table. It's a coffee table, and he put coffee beans in it.
It's
Oh
beautiful.
my.
Oh,
Mark, good job.
that is gorgeous.
That is beautiful.
Wow.
That's awesome.
That's awesome, Mark.
Okay. I'll expect mine in the mail, and we'll keep going here.
Oh, I am definitely taking orders.
Yeah, he wants to make them and sell them. So that was his
I'll
first
buy one.
Yeah. Might be a lot of shipping to go to the States.
Right.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah. Well, we do got to go to Minnesota.
I'll just have to come see you, Cher.
Right?
Yes, we could do that.
At the border.
People in chat are saying it's very nice.
Yes, it's beautiful.
Yeah, I see
I
we
love
lost
stuff
him.
like that. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go, girl.
I told you guys I'm sick. My patience is very, very, very thin right now. I probably shouldn't be making this video if I want to be 1,000% honest with everybody, but I need to share this with you guys.
So he goes to school and he tells the teacher they're mandatory reporters. So the teacher reports it. That afternoon, CPS shows up to the house.
Okay, so he went to school and he told the teacher, right? The teacher has to report it. That's what children are supposed to do. They're supposed to be able to go to school and feel safe to talk to the adults at the school.
While we're actually sitting down to eat dinner. Now, mind you, 15-year-old child, he's not real happy because he's in trouble, so he's being punished. So he shows, he makes a report. They come to the house. 15-year-old child, he's not real happy because he's in trouble, so he's being punished. So he shows, he makes a report. They come to the house. He shows, he shows, so he shows, he makes a report. They come to the house.
Okay, he shows and then he stops. He showed what? Did Mr. Chris leave marks?
Yes.
Is that what he showed somebody at school? Because he retracted that pretty quick, right? Let me see if I can go back here.
Real quick.
Like he self-edited himself. He caught himself as he was saying it, and he does it again when he talks about the CPS lady. He, he said when she got there, she's been here before.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
same lady that's been here before.
But it wasn't about me.
Right.
Yeah. So I like to catch certain things like that because your brain is working, trying to think of what you're saying and your mouth just starts spewing it out. And once you hear it start to come out, it's like, oh, stop, back up, delete, but you can't delete it. It's already out there.
Yep.
Yeah, internet lives forever, Mr. Crispy.
Yep. They give
We
themselves
have
away.
115 raised so far. That's minus what people have donated directly at the website. So thank you so much, you guys. Very awesome.
That is amazing. I love it. And right, and that's right, 77 MCL. He lied and said it was not when Sebastian was 15, it was years ago. But I clearly played a few times a 15-year-old child.
Yep.
He said that himself, his words, a 15-year-old child.
So it wasn't years ago.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Justin.
You're welcome. Hey, he also said someone told him about that, and he's like, well, I didn't mean a 15-year-old child, so you should have asked me about it then.
Well,
But no, you got caught, mother chicken.
Yeah.
So we're supposed to ask you, are you lying?
Yeah. Katie's the one that said it was about 3 years ago.
And we didn't know we didn't know that then because Nancy Grace was after they had been on Smiley's.
Yep.
So how would we have asked him, oh, did you mean 15? Did you mean that he was really 15, Chris? Why would we question that?
The truth doesn't change, right?
Right. And it wasn't until Nancy Grace interview that we heard him say that it was years before or years ago or whatever.
Yeah, he's just lying.
Yeah. He got caught.
Exactly. Okay, so this is, I don't know if I finish talking or if I play any more in this clip. Oh, I do play a little bit more. Okay. And then I got the other one pulled up so you can hear him say that he likes to pee in his pants.
He shows, he makes a report. They come to the house.
He shows, so they make a report and they come to the house. Mm.
That is really a great catch. I did not catch that.
Yeah.
And we've talked about this, what looks to be a bruise on his neck on the picture that was taken on Saturday at Costco.
I was wondering if that was
on
a birthmark or what. That does look weird. Yeah.
Now, on the left-hand side, there are two, like either moles or freckles on the left side of our screen, on the right side of his neck. But right in the middle, towards the right side, like towards our right side, I think, my right side, it looks almost like a thumbprint, in my opinion.
I agree.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll send you the picture without it being on the screen like this.
Yeah, that might be better. I can see it. Yeah, I see it. And I've seen it before, and I just wondered about the birthmark. I see the moles. I didn't see the moles now. And we're sure that's what that is?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I've always seen the moles, but sometimes I wonder about shadows of pictures,
Yeah, that's
I don't
right.
know.
Pictures are hard for me because the
Not that
lightings are different.
yeah, not that I'm against everything, but shadows can do some weird things.
125. Awesome. Thank you.
Woohoo!
135.
Oh, and another
Awesome.
25 donation.
You guys are amazing.
That should be up to 160 now, because
yeah, and that's minus what people donated directly through the website as well.
Yay! Thank you, guys.
That is great.
Great.
Sebastian would be so proud.
Yes.
The link to what, Sue?
Thank you to the crazy train. Choo choo.
So, Cher, look at the screen right there. You can see the two moles on his neck in his school picture.
Oh, yep, that's better. Yep.
And you can see that the center of his neck is clear. But in this picture, this is where Katie said he had a chocolate milk mustache. But I don't know.
Well, where's the mustache?
Right. It would go like across both sides or across the top, not just one corner.
And is that a school picture? They would have made him wipe his mouth.
Exactly.
Right. That's what I
Wouldn't
thought
they?
too.
I would think so.
I mean,
No, yeah, that looks like he was slapped in his mouth. I mean, right now, that's what it looks like to me.
Mm-hmm.
And this could just be, a bad picture of a picture, or so it's not insinuating anything. It's just questioning because Chris said he showed, so what did he show? Is this a possibility?
Right.
So
Look at
I'm
his
not saying
eyes.
for
His
a
eyes
fact.
puffy.
Or maybe like welts if he's getting paddled on his ass. I feel like they probably would mark him up where it can't be seen.
No, I think Edgar likes to go straight for the face.
Yeah. Seems that way to me.
My opinion. That's also with
Does Chris drink?
Allegedly, no. He said no.
She said
he doesn't
no?
drink.
Hold on.
That shocks me, actually.
Wait a second. He said he didn't drink?
Mhm.
Where?
I'll have to find it for you, but I know
Wasn't it
that I
on
heard
Terry
him
Lynn's?
say it. No, I
I
don't
would
think.
love.
On Terry Lynn's, he wanted to go have drinks, right?
I think he just wanted to see her boobs.
There's people that I know that know him. I'm sure that would love to hear that.
Oh,
That's interesting.
He did say it on Terry Lynn's. Okay, well, I have the Terry Lynn phone call on my channel, so I can search for drink and see if it pops up. And if it's in there, then I'll play it. I was thinking it was on a.
They have a lot of adult beverages in their dining room to not drink.
Right.
Trump 1 says he's shaped like he drinks.
Yeah, he looks like he drinks.
Yeah, they both drink. Yes.
Yeah, that buffet was
drink
full
like a
of
sieve.
Flushes.
alcohol. And I swear when he came up on Web Sleuths, I thought he was slurring like he was drunk that night, which I
Mhm.
thought that's why he was
Very
so
much
upset
so.
and, like raging, because when you drink,
Yeah.
you act differently. And, so that's, I
Mhm.
thought that he was drunk. And people in chat did too, because they were getting blocked left and right for saying it. But, yeah, he said,
Oh, well, that's very telling.
yeah. So
Tell
he
you
said
what,
he didn't.
I rarely ever drink. Like, I bet you I haven't drank as probably a sip of alcohol in 5 years. And
Jeez.
whenever, if I drink something, I get quiet. Like,
Really.
my friends always said, please don't drink, Justin. You're so much more fun sober.
I usually don't drink because I'm the designated driver, because I want to make sure everybody gets home safe. So I always volunteer not to drink. Like, I can
Oh,
have fun without
no.
drinking. I don't like the headache
That's
the
true.
next day anyway. So
I'm introspective more. I think I just sit there and I just kind of zone out and think about life. I'm like, oh,
Oh, that stinks.
that's bad. How does the water of a coconut get inside? Where does the water come from? How does it get in the coconut? It's like,
somebody injects it in and lets it stew and absorb the coconut flavor. And oh, I love it. Okay, so brace yourselves. This one is only 40 seconds. This is the phone call that Chris
Oh.
had with Terry Lynn. I believe it was in April when this call happened. Late March, early April. Mohawk Mom, help me. I know I have it somewhere, which I can find out for sure. But this is what he said to her.
Let me bring you up to speed on that deal. Sebastian has pull-ups that he wears because Sebastian likes to pee in his pants and defecate in his pants. It has become a problem at school to the point where they've actually had to say something to us. So we even told him, I said, look, either you figure out how to go to the bathroom or you're going in pull-ups. And for the longest time, I mean, there had sprouts where he would do what he was supposed to do, and then, excuse me, he wouldn't.
Okay, can I explain HIPAA to you, by the way?
Okay, Mohawk Mom said it was the same day as the live stream with Smiley, so that was March 20th. And I do remember that because he was on panel with Katie on Smiley's for like 3 or 4 hours. Then he got off panel of Smiley's and got on the phone with Terry Lynn, and it was like a 3-hour phone call with her, and she only recorded part of it. Like, they had talked on the phone for a while before she had actually hit record. So
Yeah, that's exactly true.
Mhm.
I can't believe that his child's missing and he's talking about him peeing and pooping in his pants.
Yep. I mean, it's like no matter what they talk about, when they share, like even when they were on Queen Bee's channel and they were having a conversation where they were laid back, it wasn't an interview, it was a conversation about how cute my kid is, like that was the feeling that I felt like they felt like it was. But from my perspective, it was all denigration. I mean, the whole time they're sitting there sharing something sweet about Sebastian, but then they go into something negative to end that memory.
Well, you got to remember, he threatened Seth with Sebastian wearing the pull-ups and the essay.
you know what I think?
Well, he had no issues at Seth's house. He could just wear boxers at Seth's.
Yes.
Fuck
But,
them, feed them beans. That's what I say.
He was like, nobody's going to want to search for him. Is what?
What?
Seth says. Yeah. When they find out. And
Now
it's
that's
like,
according to Seth.
yes,
We haven't heard Chris say it himself, but
right.
That's what Seth said, and I
that's why
believed him.
Seth brought, the whole essay thing up. And it's like, that wasn't something for us to even know about, just like the pull-ups. That's not for
I
us.
don't believe Chris for 1 minute. Let's say that Sebastian did have some kind of tendencies or act inappropriately. Some of that goes with autism, and it also goes from people who've been sexually abused and don't really know what's right or wrong.
Yeah.
So Chris saying that about Sebastian is just so fucking annoying, and it makes me question what the hell was Chris doing with Sebastian. Sorry, but I do wonder that.
You're not the only one asked that.
Yeah, that gets asked a lot. What was really happening?
I just not.
Yeah, because he was doing fine for a little bit, and then he would have issues again. So what was really going on, Chris?
Yeah. Now, would a child do that if it was just physical abuse?
Yes, they would.
Yeah. So
I have to
Regardless, it's
disagree on that.
it's
I don't
abuse,
think
though.
Chris
You know what I
was,
mean? It's something.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't think Chris was doing anything
that way.
in that way. But I do know that from what Chris tells us,
yes,
in his own words, that Sebastian was hit and talked
That he
to in
what?
ways that he was hit and talked to in ways that he shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
For an autistic child. Or any child. You know.
Yeah.
There was a lot of negativity. There was a lot of negativity in that household, as far as I can tell.
Right, I agree.
In Chris's own words. And you don't need to be like that with your children. You need to show them positive.
Yeah. Sad.
So this case gets to me.
Justin, did you see Tara said to call her tomorrow?
Yeah, I literally just saw that while you just said that. I haven't seen her in a few days. I was worrying about her.
Ooh, okay. I will talk to you tomorrow.
Did I say something wrong, Justin, when I said hit? Or did you think I said something else?
No. I'm still. I was more like you, Nana, when it came to, Edgar and what you thought. But I will say that there is something that I do know that I haven't, that I cannot put out, because if I do say it, he will know where it came from. They will know where it came from.
Right.
And so now I'm just not so sure. I'll just say that. And now I will be able to say it one day, I'm sure. So,
and
I think you'll be
now,
able to, you'll be able to say it one day soon.
I hope
Not everything's for the YouTube streets right now. That's, I
Right.
mean, same as me with the wells. There's still shit I haven't shared with anyone. So,
Oh, I can't wait for the day you can share it.
Oh, yeah.
And, there's just things that, Edgar, thinks that nobody knows. And there are things that
I think I know where you're going with this.
if even some of the people on the other side, I don't think they could even support.
I don't know. They'll twist it around.
It would be hard to twist this, but you're right. They do acrobats for them, but
That could be something they have over each other. Maybe Katie did do something and Chris can't tell, because if there was Sebastian found, there would be evidence of all kinds of abuses.
I mean, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I'm not saying that. This goes more toward Edgar and Edgar alone, but just things in the past.
Man.
Okay. Well, all right. Don't say too much more so you don't get.
Look at this timeline. if there has ever been a clue that something's not right with this child going missing, for Katie to wake up at 6 a.m. and by 6:03 she's in her car.
And on the phone.
Freaking hello.
175 raised. Awesome job, you guys.
Hey,
Oh my God. How you doing, guys? You guys are amazing.
Awesome job.
How long are you going to keep this open after your live tonight?
I'm going to go, it's like ending in an hour, but I'm going to go ahead and extend it to, what are we on? Tomorrow's Friday. I'll extend it through Sunday.
Okay, good.
So replay crew can go ahead and get their opportunity as well.
'Cause I can't do anything right now. Okay,
That's
cool.
okay. That's okay. I'll extend it till Sunday.
I have 3 cats, so I'm a cat.
Aw.
Aw.
Well,
They're
and just
all
being here taking
I
part is
rescued
doing
every
something.
one of them.
I have
Yep.
no job.
I did, TJ.
Oh, you go, TJ.
Look, we're almost at 200 already.
That is
Woohoo!
so good.
How you doing, guys? Yeah.
Oh, awesome job. Awesome. Can we?
I love it.
You guys.
Hopefully, I'll be able to donate more tomorrow, but that's what I have tonight.
Thank you. Mandy, you didn't need to donate.
Well, I want to donate.
Meow meows.
I want to help.
Take it as love.
We need to do a part 2 of this on someone's channel. You guys, I have to work early in the morning, and I want to also be able to go on my studio and quick extend the fundraising to Sunday.
Yeah.
I think that stops in like an hour or something. Yeah, midnight.
That sounds amazing. Let me know. I'll be there.
And
Oh my
I
gosh,
want
it's
to thank
midnight.
everyone. I didn't want to change the show again tonight. So going from work and having you guys up here and Mandy having everything together and sharing screen, I just appreciate you guys so much. Thank you.
Teamwork.
Teamwork
just
makes
like-
the dream work.
I would like to thank the Mensa panel here and the Mensa chat. You are amazing. Thank you for donating. You are
Yes.
phenomenal.
That is
And the
Like-
crowd goes wild.
It's been a while since I've been on panels, so thank you so much for letting me be here.
Nana, still
Nana,
praying
I
for
hope
your
you're
husband.
doing well. And I'm sorry, I've seen some, I'll just say fuckery that's involved your name, and I'm sorry for that. You just do you.
I've been
Ignore it
laying
all.
low. No,
Yep.
I've been laying low and taking care of my husband, and just pray
Yeah.
for him because he is going for his first treatment on the 20th.
Okay.
He's in my prayers. You're in my prayers too.
No, I mean,
I'm praying every day.
I don't want to make it all about me. I'm just saying it's just there's a lot of people out there that need prayers. A lot of people.
Yeah.
Is there anything
so
we can do
much
for
going
you?
on.
Yeah,
Is there
how
anything
can-
that we can do for you other than prayers? Because you are being flooded with prayers right now. But is there
A lot of
anything
people have
additional?
asked that, but I have no idea what's involved in this. Until he goes for his first treatment, I have no idea.
Well, you guys
Okay.
need help, like maybe
God
we can
got
plan
this.
like a meal plan or something.
No, I have
Well, like
plenty of food.
the Vaughns have the meal train where
Meal
you get
train.
donations to different restaurants. Like we can buy gift cards for different restaurants, or you can DoorDash. So you can have.
I'm not
meals.
asking for anything but prayers right now, guys. Honestly.
Will you
I
let
just
us
want you to
know?
know your options are
I know
open.
sometimes people want to do something though, Nana, for you. You know what I mean?
know.
So,
I get
but
it. I get it. I get it.
I'm not sure who
But
just did this really quick, but we are at how much?
253.
$253. And that's
I would-
just through
Wow.
the show here, not mentioning who went to the
That's
actual
amazing.
website. You
That's
guys are
amazing.
awesome.
Gosh. Yay.
I was
meow, meow.
I was going to say to the Mensa panel, you guys are phenomenal with
That is
a
awesome.
capital F.
And the Mensa chatter who
Starts
just
with a P,
anonymously
right?
donated $50.
You didn't get the joke. Nobody got the joke.
Awesome.
I know. I know. I got
The
it.
capital P. We got it. We got it. All these
Sorry.
Mensa people in
I
one
was
place.
too busy
Okay?
yelling meow.
You guys are awesome. Mods,
I think
members, thank you so
Sebastian
much.
is so proud.
Chat, thank you for keeping the chat nice. All of the donators, thank you so much for doing something amazing in Sebastian's name. That's so nice of you guys. And of course, everyone on panel, I love you guys. And I just
I
appreciate
love you
all of the
all.
stuff you do
Thank
on your
you.
own channel, the stuff that you do to help other people's channels. You guys are awesome.
And keep
Yeah.
Tammy in your prayers
Thank
too with
you.
her
Tammy as
pipes.
well. Yes.
Yes, and Tammy and her frozen pipe or busted pipes.
Busted
Yeah.
pipes. That's no fun. No
That's
fun.
right.
Tara, I'll
Oh
get a hold of
God.
you tomorrow. And so will Justin.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
dropping
I'm
all
gonna
of our
drop
links
Yeah,
in the
down.
chat.
like my table thing.
Yeah.
All right. Good night, y'all. I
Good
love
night.
you.
Love you, Nana. Love everybody. Thank y'all so much for
Yes,
having me.
it's been awesome tonight. Thank you.
Love you
Yeah,
guys.
that's so awesome.
Good
Bye.
night and God bless. And Merry
Another
Christmas.
anonymous. Merry Christmas. And to all, a good night. Another anonymous $20 in the chat. Whoop whoop. And on that, I
Wow.
love it.
I'm
Thank
going
you
to
so much for
shamelessly
having me.
plug my table here again.
I'm gonna hop off panel so it's full screen. Till next time, I love you bunches. Thank you so much.
Love you. Okay, so this is a river table. It's made with epoxy, and there's coffee beans in there. So if you like this table, or if you would like one like it, email me the paxmansfinishing@hotmail.com, and we could talk about getting one made up for you.
It is pretty.
Yeah,
I want one with glitter.
yeah. My honey wants one with glitter, and yes, my dad's gonna get one that's gonna be like a little golf green.
Oh yeah, you're doing both one. I told him we need to do one that's true crime, and we'll put true crime like books and stuff in the center of the table. That would be so awesome.
And if you want one, email me.
Yep. 273, you guys. You guys are awesome. I made a $300 goal. I'm gonna extend this to Sunday. I would say we made over the 300 goal because some of y'all donated directly to the website, and we love that. Again, this all goes directly to the cat sanctuary, which is for blind cats, so that they don't get euthanized because they're blind and no one will adopt them. So I thought that was pretty awesome. And I will see you guys maybe tomorrow, but I am going to go ahead and extend this so anyone who's replay crew can go ahead and join in and do a little something good in Sebastian's name. And I will see you guys around the streets. I appreciate everyone being here tonight, my mods, my members, my chat, and all of my good friends on the panel and everything they do. Again, not just for their own channels, but we all help each other out, and I just love it. And these are people we've talked to, from the beginning. You see a lot of shakeups and stuff with friendships on these streets, but these guys have been there's some of the wild shit that comes out of this mouth here. They know my heart, and I appreciate that. Love you guys. Have a good night.
Love.
Bye.